All right, we're back very, very quickly this time. Our match is ready, the lobby is created, and the game is starting. So we will be going into game number 2, HBOL versus Perseus here on Overgrowth. The second time this map has been the second map in the series. Jump right on in. And in the, hitting buttons in the wrong places, doing the wrong things. And in the lower left corner of Overgrowth, it is going to be our orange Protoss taking the win last game. It is Dancer.
And in the top right-hand corner, trying to come back from a 1-0 deficit to move forward in the winner's bracket in the purple trunks, it is HBOL.
So the thing I think here is that we definitely see a variation of builds out of Protoss, whereas it seems typically, at least at this type of event, wrong score. Dancer is up 1-0. Well, at this type of event, we've seen fairly static people in their builds. I have a feeling I know what HBOL is going to do. He's kind of done the same thing pretty consistently. But Dancer, is he going to do the same kind of thing? I feel like Protoss has to switch up their builds a little bit more, or is more likely to switch up builds between matches than Terran, for sure, at least in the people that we've seen at this type of event.
Yeah, I think that Protoss may feel like they have a few more options, and I wouldn't be surprised if HBOL decides to do a similar thing, but if he does, he's really got to get that Nexus snipe. And if I were Dancer right now, I would be planning on trying to defend against that.
Yeah, he's already changed it up quite a bit by having a gas going down here and a barracks, so he's definitely going to be having some Reapers coming out here early. Dancer's heading out on the map with a probe to do some scouting. Fairly similar build here so far. One gas gateway going down. No second pylon yet. We'll be seeing that here shortly. But definitely the gas early shows no expansion from HBOL, so a little bit more aggressive maybe with the Reapers, and we'll see what he gets done. But probe is going to be coming in, so he's going to see exactly what's going on. Barracks finishing up, and he's going to get some pokes away at this SCV. Just one, just to say, hey, how you doing? Pat on the back. Reaper on its way out here now. He's going to go and see the gas, possibly click it, and see how much has been mined. And that probe is going to be trapped in the base here because second supply depot going down.
That's right, but he's got a good idea of what's going to be happening here.
Absolutely. So Cybernetics core, and he's not going to see the expansion. Has not put down another gas. Typically, you would have seen the second gas come down about 16 to 18-ish if it was going to be a little bit more of a macro-y play or a more tech-heavy play. Could see another expansion here relatively shortly, or we could see him move into more of a 4-gate, but you never know. He is up 1-0, so he could be feeling a little bit more risky this game.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you may be thinking as the player behind the game that you want to play a little bit riskier than you would have as well.
The answer is no.
Full tilt, man, full tilt.
So Dancer is going to be going ahead and getting that expansion relatively quickly. So it looks like he's doing almost identical build so far from last game. So the exact opposite of true is true from what I said earlier, which is almost 100% of the time what happens.
StarCraft.
Hashtag StarCraft. So Reaper going to be coming in and going to have the SCV here as well. Stalker being chrono boosted out, as well as that Mothership core going to try and keep that Reaper at bay.
Oh no. He's got to be real careful. That is very low health.
Yeah, did not want to take that extra shot. So no kills have happened so far. Reaper is going to take some pot shots at the Nexus here. 2 Reapers on the field, and that is going to be it for HBOL. It looks like a factory and command center are going to be coming down in base here. So
we are seeing a very different diversion of builds from HBOL that we saw before.
Honestly, what I think I would like to see, especially with the expansion going down here, I mean, he is chrono boosting out Stalkers. He saw that, so he knows that is definitely a possibility. Going for Robo here instead of Twilight Council this game as well, so a little bit of a change there. But I would like to see, is this a starport? This is a starport. So, okay, I would like to see a Widow Mine drop, and it looks like that could happen here as Widow Mines are being produced. Starport's going down as well as expansions, so this would be a good way, especially with the build here of Dancer, for HBOL to be able to get a little bit of damage done.
Those Reapers are wandering around the map, not able to get a whole lot done on the other side. They did try and take a few shots at the expansion Nexus, but 2 Stalkers did come down and chase that away. So now he's just looking around to see if he can find any stray pylons. None were really found, so he's going to be moving back.
As Reapers are definitely pretty good here at scouting around. They're able to skirt around these Stalkers a little bit, but this is a double high wall here, so they do have to be careful. As their exit path here could easily be blocked by these Stalkers, but it looks like they do get the juke on them a little bit, but one does go down. Warp Gate's finishing up here in 10 seconds. But again, not going to be a very aggressive warp gate here, as he's just not got really much of a presence out on the map.
So HBOL is gearing up for this drop. He does have the medevac coming out. He has the 2 mines. He has the 4 marines. He is ready to go.
So, but is he just going to go with the 2 mines here? Looks like he has a 3rd in production, but the medevac is going to finish up. If he's going to do this, he's going to want to pick up the 2 and just go. Did not bother getting an add-on to the starport, so that is likely what's going to happen. Boom, up and off he goes, as Dancer is going to be moving through the map with these 3 stalkers and doing a little bit of poking.
And he opted to leave the marines behind. He only picked up the mines, so that will be all that is being dropped. And the marines are going to be used to try and defense this natural expansion from HBOL.
These 3 stalkers could do quite a bit of damage to these marines here if microed properly. He is taking a bit of damage up front.
Looks like a bunker is about to go down as to do some defending, and the marines are still there, but the stalkers are just kind of hanging out at the top of the natural ramp, waiting for some reinforcements, waiting to figure out what they're going to do. And there is he's trying to figure out what's going on in HBOL's main base as the observer does head in there to check it out. In the meantime, those mines are going down.
Oh no! Oh, only 1 probe killed there. Photon overcharge does go down. He's going to take some shots at that medevac, but only 2 probe kills, so that's probably about as good as it could have gone for Dancer.
Yeah, oh man. So 2 photon overcharges go down there, and the mothership core is now completely out of energy. So once those wear off, there may be a slight window where offense would be feasible, but you just got to be careful. So the mine is at the front. The observer knows it's there. The stalkers have moved over to the left hand. Oh, I'm sorry. They
multiple pylons going down on the map here for Dancer. Looks like he's going to want to be starting to get aggressive here. Does have his observer out front, and does he see that mine? He does see the mine there, so he knows that that is definitely something he's going to have to avoid. He has has a warp prism coming out as well, so it looks like he's starting to get himself established here and really going to be turning up the pressure.
And because he can see that mine, he could bait out the shot and then go in there and just take it out.
I believe the stalkers should be able to take that out pretty easily. Oh, he's nice blink up to take out that tank. That's going to catch HBOL off guard, and he's going to be able to take out Stim and Combat Shield if he focuses.
Oh my goodness.
But only gets Combat Shield, but still, that is a definite win for a cost of, it looks like, only 1 stalker, I think.
Yeah, that was a big pickup for Dancer, and HBOL has got to be feeling quite glum at that. And once again, we do see the tech lab being built so that he can resume his research.
I mean, as a Terran, that just sets you back so much because
really
all
does.
your Marines have 10 less HP. Stalker's able to outrange that mine easily, moving right up. With Blink, they can kind of poke in here, do a little bit of damage, and get out pretty easily. Going to take down that bunker and just move on back. But there is a lot of bio here for HBOL, so it's not going to be an easy ingress here for Dancer. He's just going to be able to do a little bit of poking here and there.
And that's all he really needs to do, frankly. I mean, he goes in and does any damage that he can do is a gain, especially if he's not losing any stalkers and taking shield damage. That all comes back. So being very calculating, being very smart in his play here.
Yeah, now warping in a lot of zealots behind this, just kind of preparing for any counter drops he may have. But HBOL is honestly kind of staying tight in his base now. He knows there's a lot of pressure coming on, so he wants to be sure to be able to handle that. And what is Dancer going to do here? He's got +1 armor coming down. Looks like +1 attack is already done. So he's just kind of moving into later stages. Zealot charge is about to finish. So once that does, again, these zealots were a huge buffer for him last time, which was really successful. The observer is out there so he can see exactly what's going on. And honestly, it's the best position. The vision advantage so far in Dancer's favor.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, like he hasn't killed a single observer, and I'm not sure if it's because he just doesn't know they're there or if he's choosing to let them be seen.
Yeah, and he's really pulling HBOL in multiple directions now. He had a warp prism fly into the back. The turrets were able to take care of it. But these charge lots, man, they are just doing the work up here, sacrificing their lives for the greater good.
Yeah, but they are doing what needs to be done in HBOL. Well played. Dancer takes it 2-0.
Yeah, fairly quick game there, but man, that was a variety of play out of Dancer, and I'm surprised. I mean, I was looking at the rankings beforehand, and Maybe it's just a different account, but Dancer was saying he's a diamond, but that was a very, very tight play out of both of those players. So a quick game going down there. HBOL loses 2-0, so he will fall down in the loser bracket. A little bit about the format of the tournament here. This is Youmacon 2014, Detroit, Michigan. You may remember Detroit from past events, such as Red Bull Battlegrounds. It was here fairly recently. It was a pretty big deal, pretty awesome. Most of the people here that live in the area, we kind of saw them there, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you're watching that, you may see some familiar faces at this tournament.
Yep, and so we're in the Renaissance Center in downtown Detroit, right on the Detroit River. Pretty amazing view out the front there. You can see all the casinos in Windsor. Casinos in Detroit are a little bit farther away, but really nice area, so I definitely recommend if anyone is out in this way, definitely check it out. There's a lot of cool esports things going on in Michigan, as you can see from all the happenings. Yeah, that's about it. We're at Youmacon, which is an anime conference.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I just could not even begin to list it. Concerts, dance things. I think there was even a rave last night. And
I mean, there's all sorts of panel discussions. I mean, everything that you'd expect to see at a conference. This is just the game room that we're at right now, so this is kind of the offshoot of the main conference. There are hundreds of people here. And it's really fun to watch. I mean, like, it's over the Halloween weekend, so normally at a conference you'd have a lot of cosplayers, but I feel like you get an additional number because of the holiday season, as it were. So we've been able to see a lot of really cool costuming, a lot of really cool people, get to talk to some really neat folks. And, yeah, people just showing their love for anime and for gaming. And so we've got a lot of neat stuff going on here.
Yep. I think we're going to try and get an interview here with Dancer real quick, like we like to do. So we will get that set up and get a few words from Dancer to see what he felt about that play and how he feels going forward to the tournament. While we get our next matches set up, we'll be able to announce those here to you shortly as soon as we talk to our admins. So hang with us here just for a couple minutes, and we'll have that for you.
Be right back.